that can't be our street. So we keep driving. This was possibly the stupidest thing that we could have done. Okay, I have no clue how to explain this next part.
So in the car, we drove into Dubrovnik. So you read the part that we got lost at. Then the woman helps us find our way to the other side of the bay. Brittany's like GPS thing on her phone is still working, which helps us get there too.
Oh, I didn't write about that.
And then we turn left at we go by the bakery once because we missed the turn.
You should have read this. You should have read this before you try to narrate it.
Did you already read all this?
Yes. But in a different way.
We come back around.
No, gotta
we
move
turn
forward.
left. We turn left onto the road and we go
Good.
up it, and there are cars on each side. And already we're like, this is gonna be tight. And then we see a road and we go, that cannot be our road, and that's where we are.
We hear this loud noise. It's loud. Remember that noise? It was the car slipping down the road. It was so loud.
Rainy day. So we keep going.
And, okay, this is what I want to explain. The road that drives into Dubrovnik is really high. It's like a high road. And then there's houses all the way up going to the high road. And the road we were on was just a few streets below, like, the high main road.
There's the high main road that leads into Dubrovnik. Then there's the one that our house ended up being on. And then there's one below that. That's where we were. And
very good.
It's on a hill. It's hill-cliff mix because it's pretty steep.
I mean, like, what would you say?
Like this.
Not exaggerating. So we keep driving.
So imagine it's switchback. So the roads go like this, kind of. Only they don't.
I'm stressful thinking about it.
We'll get to the end and you'll find out it's not a real switchback.
So we had looked up on my phone when we were at the Wi-Fi cafe a GPS. So it looked like on my map on my phone that you could drive from our low road up to the high road and start over.
So we go by the street, because I'm watching the blue dot, Brittany's driving. And the blue dot goes past, and I go, I think that's where we're supposed to turn. But there was no way we were doing it. There was a car coming down. It's
really steep.
One way, very narrow, very steep. Did not look fun. So we keep going, and we think we can get to the end and then turn around and come back.
Instead, it just gets narrower and narrower, and oh my god, there are so many cars.
There are a lot of cars.
It is so... I mean, how much space was between each side of the car? Like, not a lot. Not a lot.
There weren't any spots to parallel park. If we parallel parked, it would be on a curb.
Oh, yeah.
And
even that would have been a better option at this point.
The Audi A3 is a nice car, but it's not... It's kind of long compared to the other cars, even for European standards. So there weren't even places where you could pull in and then turn back around. So we just got to keep going.
And there's a car behind me honking.
Yeah.
And then there's a car coming, so you have to like pull over. It's the most anyway.
I can imagine it being stressful.
It was stressful. Anyway. So Brandon's like, keep going, keep going, keep going. Now the road begins to incline up. It's raining. Incline up, incline up. Thankfully, there's one behind us, and it gets
incline. Wheels start spinning.
The wheels are spinning. That light on the car is blinking that you're slipping.
Yep.
And we are just...
Brittany floors it to get us back up it, which just keeps the wheels spinning even more.
We just start slipping down the hill because it's so steep. Steep.
There's no traction on it.
There's no traction. It's wet.
Some of the other roads were ribbed. Now we're on like cobblestone.
Oh my gosh! So we keep going, and finally.
Well, we get there up to the top of it, and then it looks like you can go left and then get back onto the main road all the way up top. And we're like, we've been driving around Dubrovnik, like in the city, for an hour, maybe even more at this point. It's not a city you want to be driving around, and it's not enjoyable. For that matter, any city's not really enjoyable. So we go up this little alley, and we're like, seriously, it looks like a walkway. I don't know how cars get around there, but there's this stone like house that kind of juts out, and then you can't really see around the bend, but you can just imagine that it's Bad News Bears. So we put the car in reverse.
Well, no, I freak out.
Well, we put the car in reverse.
Because thank the Lord there was an empty driveway behind. Like, okay, so we go up and we're slipping, and I was able to slip back down into a driveway.
Yeah, go into the driveway, and Brittany says she can't do it, and she wants to trade.
Brandon has never driven this car.
Yeah, so I don't think it's the best idea.
I'm like I'm shaking. I'm shaking so bad, and I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this more. And it's at this point that you said that I'm not the one who wanted to rent the car.
Maybe not the best time to insert that.
And I was like, but then he said.
But it was frustrating.
Oh my gosh, it was terrible.
Everywhere else we had, like, we would arrive in town either by train or by bus, and the hostel wouldn't be that far. And this was turning into a nightmare.
It was a freaking nightmare, but so we had to finish
we
the
couldn't
journey.
just leave the car.
So
I mean,
Brandon's like, you have to keep going.
Well, and now everything's going to be back downhill, which makes it marginally easier. I mean, it's still just as narrow. Still, if a car is coming, if anyone's been on the road to Hana, which I doubt very many people have been, it's like that. You go around a turn, and you don't know what's on the other side. You get there, and then you have to back your way out of it, and the car has to pass you. It's
like the most difficult thing I've ever done. I don't know what else I've done that's been this difficult.
Difficult, slow driving.
In a manual transmission.
Be
on
confident,
hills,
though.
in rain.
So be confident.
We make our way back down this narrow street, which was stressful also, because that car came... Anyway, it was a nightmare. Finally, we make it out of there, back onto another main road, and that's when I really lose it.
So then, yeah, once we get on the main road, I take over. I drive around in a circle.
I'm like, I'm not driving anymore. I'm not driving anymore. We can sit in this parking lot, but I'm not going anymore.
Or we can pay for overnight parking, and it's like...
That's right.
7 kuna, like €1 per hour.
I didn't care, though. I was like, I'm going to pay for the parking. I can't do this anymore. Go ahead.
I don't think that's reasonable, because the car's already costing us a lot of money. So, we go... Well...
No, it's true. In the end, it was fine.
So then... We can't park in the bakery. So we try and park in this old store that wasn't being used anymore. Then we go up. We find Nina. I have to go to the bathroom really bad, so...
No, we don't find Nina.
Well, we don't find Nina right away.
We park the car and we walk to our Sobe, the house where we're staying.
With our
and
bags.
On the internet, it says, certain level of fitness required to stay here.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad, but there were some stairs.
You walk up the one way, and we're glad we didn't do that without having walked it first. Then there are some stairs to go up, and it turns out that Nina's on that... Her house is on the street above the one that we were on, so we have to go up that. I don't know if we have pictures.
No, I don't think I took any pictures. That's a bummer. Just imagine a narrow street.
Narrow street one way, and it kind of goes up, pretty steep, and then over, and then there's a 90-degree angle for both of these turns, and you go around. And the way that you alert people is you beep as you're going up. Which
we learn later. But we walk up the stairs, and we have the address, and we're walking around this woman's house.
We both have to go to the bathroom really bad.
That's true. Yes. And we have to go to the bathroom, we're very stressed, we're walking around this woman's house, knocking on the door, calling her phone, no one is coming. No, it's like, seriously, can this get any worse? Brandon has to pee, so what does he do?
Pee in Nina's garden. Don't tell her.
So then
She has many, though, so...
Many gardens?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. She had a lot of gardens.
It's not like I peed in the garden.
It was just a garden.
Indefinite article.
So then Brandon's peeing. I go to look for a neighbor or something. Anything. And while I'm gone, Brandon finds Nina.
Well, Nina finds me. She comes down. Oh, you said 6:30. I'm like, Nina, it's 6:10. I gotta go to the bathroom. When I ring your doorbell and call you, please come outside.
It was funny, too, because we got to Dubrovnik at like 4. And we only got to Nina's at 6.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit later.
So
then we go inside, and...
It was the best moment ever.
She's nice. She brings us juice.
Oh, it was good juice.
Britt and I hugged it out because it had been...
So stressful.
Yeah.
And then we still had to go deal with the car. That we hadn't even gone...
But at that point, so we drive the car up. Nina, assures us it's okay. We put it in their garage. Nina likes our car.
Nina likes our car. Yeah, the next picture on there is it in the garage.
It is just, we are glad to put that car in there. But then afterward, once you know it, it's okay. It's just...
Once you've done it, but it's so bizarre, I don't even know what to compare that to.
Yeah. The analogy isn't... isn't coming to me right now.
You could come experience it, Shay Nina. Anyway, that is the story of arriving in Dubrovnik.
Anything else?
That was so stressful.
No!
Okay. Brandon's trying to watch Game of Thrones.
And the video keeps cutting out. That's so frustrating.
Okay.
Alright.
Bye!
So that's the story. Bye.